Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Damien, and this is going to be episode number 11. I should really just look at how many episodes I've put out before I try to start a new episode, but I think it's 11. We're going to be continuing on with nested if statements. Or nested loops, not if statements. So, a nested loop, we just saw that it can have some interesting some sort of interesting ways that it handles data. It can definitely output a lot of different things, and I gave you guys some really hard homework on that. Again, it was my freshman final in my C++ class, and a lot of people managed to fail it. I think I got it in about half an hour, 45 minutes. So it's one of those things where you either get it or you don't. There's no shame in not getting it, because at this point you've done roughly, I think, 3 hours of Java instruction. So compare that to a college course. Like I said, you've just completed 1 semester of college worth of material, which is roughly 30 to 32 hours of instruction. So this is much faster. It's extremely fast. It's breakneck. So if you're, taking some time after each of these lessons and absorbing what I'm saying and, kind of working out where your problems are, then you're going to be in a really good place to continue on. So I don't want to talk any more about that, but what I do want to do is show you guys some more uses for loops. So let's say that we want to write an actual sort of program. We're going to make a guessing game where we make the computer generate a number, and then we take in the person's guesses until they're right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to import java.util.random. Is that? No, java. Geez. Java. Oh my god, generator. No, I could have swore it was .util.random. Yeah? No? Yeah, okay. I hate how sometimes this doesn't give me like a drop down of all the imports in a certain library subset. So anyways, that's how you include random. But first things first, we need to make a new random number. And so let's first start by doing random, and we're going to type generator, which is going to be our random number generator, equals new random. And so what that's going to do is it's going to make us a value called generator, and it's going to allow us to make random numbers with it. So here's how we're going to use it. Say we want to take a number, just int number1, or num1 is what I've been using, equals generator dot next int. So that will generate a random number of type integer. So what I want to show you guys is system.out.println, and we're just going to do the value of num1 is, and then a plus num1, semicolon. And if I run this, you'll notice that I get, a gigantic value, 3730. Oh god, so these are very high numbers. So if I want num1 to be a little bit more sort of friendly, what I can then do is use the modulo operator. And the modulo operator means that if we divide this number by the number I'm using here, so let's say 26, this will take the remainder from that number. So let's say I were to divide 110 by 26. I can do 26 by 4 in my head, and it will be 108. And that would leave me with 2, which would then be my value for num1. So shown a bit better, something like 100 modulo 24 equals 100 divided by 24, which equals 4 with a remainder of 8. So that remainder of 8 would then become our variable. So in this case, that basically means that we're going to get a value between 0 and 26, which is great. So the only problem is now it's not going to tell us whether it's going to be positive or negative. So now we import again java.lang.math. And so what we can then do is do a math.abs and toss everything here in that. So that will then take the absolute value of it and say that we wanted it to be between 1 and 27, or actually 1 and 26, because this 26 would actually be 0 to 25. Let's say we wanted it between 1 and 26. We simply add 1. So now we give that a save, and this big ugly line of code will generate us a random number between 1 and 25, because no one likes dealing with 26. I've had enough of that number shit. So here we go. Value is 5, value is 24, so it seems to be working. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to create an outer loop that says while. Let's create another value too. We're going to call it int guess equals 0. And we're going to, actually let's set it to -1, because if this generates a 0 somehow, it shouldn't right now, but if it generates a 0, that would just exit. So we're going to say while guess is not equal to num1, and then we're going to create ourselves a little guessing game. And we're going to say system.out.println, please guess the number. So, we can do it like that, or we can do it with a do while. I think I'm happier with a do while on this. So let's do a do. And we'll say system.out. Actually, no, I do like the while more in this case, because the while is going to let us do something a little different. So we'll say while num1 is not equal to guess. It should actually be the other way around, but that'll work. So what we're going to do here is system.out.println, and we're going to say please enter a number between 1 and 25. So what we're going to do now is we're going to allow our user to input a number. So we're going to say guess equals input.nextInt. So from there, we're simply going to do a if guess equals, so meaning if guess is equal to num1, we're going to do a system.out.println, congratulations, you guessed the number. We'll do else if guess is less than num1, because it will never be less than or equal to it, because if it's equal, it'll hit this first statement. So if it's less, we'll do a system.out.println, the number that you guessed is too low, try again. And then as our else, the only way it should hit this else is if it's greater than. We'll do system.out.println, the number you guessed was too high, or is too high rather. Try again. And so I'm going to just put in a space character on both of these, so that \n there simply means that I'm adding a new line. It's a way to do a system.out.println that's empty. It just means add a new line here. So that way when it hits this else, it'll exit the else, it'll jump back up to the beginning of the while, and there will be 2 lines in between where it asks you to enter a number again. So let's give this a run. So we run this, and it says enter a number between 1 and 25. I'll enter 15, which was too high, so I'll try 10, which is too low, so we'll try 13, which is too low, which means it's got to be 14, and I guessed the number. Program terminates. Beautiful. So that's just one use for how you might use a loop. As for a nested loop, there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. You could maybe ask them again at the end, do you want to play again? So if we were to toss another while loop outside this, so let's do while, let's add in char confirm. So character is simply a single letter. I'm pretty sure that that's how you do a single letter, isn't it? No? Okay, so we'll just set it equal to A or something. No? Okay, it doesn't want us to set it to anything. So, okay, confirm is going to take in a single character. So we're going to say while confirm is not equal to n. You know what? Let's just use a string. Strings are so much better anyways. So we'll do string confirm equals, let's just leave it blank. Yeah, I can't think of a time when I actually liked to use a character over a string. Strings just have so much more utility in this language. So let's do while confirm dot equals, because you can't use the equal sign operator with these. So we'll do either that or string dot confirm equal confirm dot equals y. So at the end of this, we can line up where our while loop ends, and then we can say system.out.println, would you like to play again? Like a very old school texty game, we want to ask the player, do you want to spend more time playing this? And so then what we'll do is we'll do confirm equals input.next. And so with that, we've written a question that asks our user, do they want to play again? So 15 is too high, 10 is too high, 5 is too high, 2 is too high. Okay, and so 1 happens, and I'm not sure what... Oh. So, yeah. What it did right there was I did a congratulations, you guessed the number, but what did I fail to do? And the answer should be glaringly obvious of I didn't break out of my loop. So I then have to break, so I exit the loop. I will run this one more time. I apologize that this is taking quite a while. So 15, which is too low, 20, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so I guessed the number, and okay, I don't know why that is acting funny. It should have made it down here. Alright, well, I am going to leave this one right here as it is. I will touch up the code. I will post it. I don't want to drag this on any longer. Just know that this should work, and I am most likely just missing one very silly line of code somewhere. Alright, I thank you for watching, and I will post this up. Have a happy holiday.